Hi, last week in the city where I live in Hamilton, there was a controversy related to a resident here flying a Confederate flag. And Amy Archibald Varley, who is a nurse locally and also the host of the Gritty Nurse podcast and a great keynote speaker, was interviewed on CBC, I think, about this, and she obviously took objection to a Confederate flag flying in our community, and then went on to organise a rally at the weekend, which I joined. It's the march through the community. Was also, I think, involved was the Hamilton Anti-Racism Resource Centre, and as part of the thing, they had some materials there, which was like a brief history of the Confederate flag. So I decided I would pen a little verse explaining why flying a Confederate flag is not such a good idea. So here it is. It really is such a drag that in 2022 we have to discuss the Confederate flag, but we have to have this conversation and recognize racism in this nation. Because one thing is terribly clear, the flag's from the US, but the racism's here. Given the flag comes from south of the border, maybe a short history lesson is in order. 1861 is the year when this symbol did first appear. And of course, it's very well known that by the Confederacy, this flag was flown. And don't be fooled by talk of lost cause, because at the heart of their constitution was a clause enshrining the clear right of black to be owned by white, confirming the supremacy of the white race and its God-given right to govern this place. Let's then be clear of this simple fact. Racism was fundamental to that act. It became popular in 1948, an unambiguous symbol of hate, adopted by those supporting segregation, opposing Black people's aspiration to see civil rights become reality, to live in a world of true equality. And let's not forget its use by the Ku Klux Klan, widespread lynching the heart of their plan to purify America for the white race, where Blacks, Jews, and others would have no place. It's up there with the swastika and now the Russian Z, a symbol of hate for all to see. In 1956, Georgia added it to the flag of its state, arguing it meant freedom, heritage, no way hate. But it's no coincidence it happened in this year, when SCOTUS declared schools desegregation here. More recently in 2020, none other than NASCAR banned the display of the stars and bars, recognizing this familiar sight was so very far from being all right. So what then does this flag really symbolize but the enslavement of so many lives? To you, it might just be the stars and bars, but it means much more to those bearing the scars of slavery for so many years, then the era of Jim Crow. And if you're white, you'll never know what it's like to be treated as an inferior race, exclusion, injustice, commonplace. I get free speech is fundamental in our society, but when a symbol has earned such notoriety, you have to recognize you're part of the community. You cannot act with such impunity. If you want a symbol of freedom, try MLK. This ain't the movie Independence Day. You're not standing up to alien invaders. You're putting fear in the hearts of your neighbors. So let me say this loud and clear. Hate has no home here. So I'm sorry you're attached to this symbol, because the next step is rather simple. There is no place for hate in my own town. It's long past time to take that flag down. I'm glad to say, in fact, the flag has now been taken down. So a small victory. Thank you.